Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Tuesday, August 19th, 10 p.m. Mountain Time, 2025. The Kamchatka continues to go boom, and we've got, rip currents and other things to discuss as Hurricane Erin makes her way across the East Coast. There are the current storm tracks. We've got a lot to discuss, so buckle up, Buttercup, and keep calm. It's boom time. Don't go into the water. Warnings issued on East Coast as Hurricane Erin moves into the Atlantic. Many beaches have been closed all week, and the storm has already prompted evacuation orders for Hatteras Island. Yeah, the evacuations on North Carolina's Outer Banks happening now, and threatening dangerous rip currents. Dangerous surf for much of the East Coast all week as another system brews in its wake. Here is the current track. Not going to hit any land, which is good news. Currently, Hurricane Erin is hovering around Cat 2 at 105 mile per hour winds. Here is the key message for Hurricane Erin. Erin is expected to produce life-threatening surf and rip currents along the beaches of the Bahamas, much of the east coast of the U.S., Bermuda, and Atlantic Canada during the next several days. Beachgoers in those areas should follow advice from lifeguards, local authorities, and beach warning flags. Storm surge, flooding, and tropical storm conditions are expected in the Outer Banks of North Carolina beginning late Wednesday or Wednesday night, where tropical storm and storm surge warnings are in effect. The storm surge will be accompanied by large waves, leading to significant beach erosion and overwash, making some roads impassable. Tropical storm conditions are possible along the southeastern coast of Virginia, where tropical storm watch is in effect on Thursday. Tropical storm conditions are possible in Bermuda on Thursday and Friday, where tropical storm watch is also in effect. Interests along the U.S., mid-Atlantic, and southern New England coasts should also monitor the progress of Erin, as strong winds are possible Thursday and Friday. And Hampton Beach lifeguards rescued 144 swimmers from rip currents last week alone, and that's without a tropical storm. So we're going to see lots of people getting into harm's way in the coming days. Now, what do you need to know about rip currents? We talked about it last night, but we're going to go over it day after day. Do not turn and try to swim to shore. The only way to escape a rip current is to swim perpendicular to the current. Yeah. You turn 90 degrees from where it's sucking you out and you go that way. Either way, left or right. Do not swim back to shore. It will continue to take you out and you will drown. Never swim against the current, always perpendicular. Relax in the rip current. It's not going to pull you under, it's just pulling you out. And you need to swim out of the current and then to shore. So to escape, you go perpendicular to the direction you're being sucked out until you're released. Even if you're way out, just go perpendicular to the current. The waters will become calm, and then you go back to shore. If you can't escape, just float or tread water if it's a huge rip current, and scream, yell, and wave, and someone will come and get you. Rip currents are powerful currents of water moving away from the shore. They can sweep even the strongest swimmer away up to a mile. If at all possible, swim near a lifeguard. And if you're caught in a rip current, remember, the escape is perpendicular to the current. Do not swim back to shore. Swim away from the current. And now we're here at tornadohq.com live severe weather map. You can see there's not much going on in the U.S. One severe thunderstorm warning in Oklahoma. But we do have lots of rain happening, which is good news there, cooling down the situation. And here is the full forecast. Tropical storm and storm surge warnings for the North Carolina Outer Banks. We just went over them. Heat building in the west. A storm surge, flooding, and tropical storm conditions are expected in the Outer Banks beginning late Wednesday. Tropical storm and storm surge warnings are in effect. Tropical storm conditions are possible along the eastern shore of Virginia Thursday, and Hurricane Erin will continue to produce life-threatening surf and rip currents along much of the East Coast this week, all the way into the weekend, so don't get duped. And here is the total precipitation. It looks like good news for the West. A lot of these fires are going to get put out by the end of August. Take a look at that. There's been no precipitation all summer for many of the states in the West, and well, there's some big rain coming in the next 2 weeks. Take a look at Oklahoma. The entire state is going to get 5 or more inches in the next 2 weeks. That might not be good, folks. But the good news is all these tropical storms are staying offshore. No major flooding on the East Coast is expected, except potentially for South Carolina and the Outer Banks in the coming days with this push from Erin. Let's take a look at the GFS model here, and we can watch the movement of Erin. Here we are early Thursday morning. That's going to be the worst conditions for the Outer Banks before this storm rapidly moves away. The other 2 tropical disturbances we've been looking at are now showing up on the map in a different way. Here is the first one. That's going to be staying in the same track as Erin and create no problems for the U.S. And a second storm, right behind its tail, is going to move south of the Leeward Islands and towards central Mexico here, and maybe make its way across into the Pacific to form another storm. So good news there. We don't have any real threats of tropical disturbances hitting us in the coming days. Seismic update. No quakes of note. The U.S. is relatively quiet. We've got some basin and range activity here. 3.7 in Mammoth, Wyoming. We also have got continuing activity in the Kamchatka in the form of aftershocks, including a major one today, a 5.0. Ho, ho, ho. Other than that, we've got also a 5.1 in Afghanistan. Activity here all the way down there on the southern tip of South America, 5.7 in Argentina. Buckle up, Buttercup. Lots to talk about. Super volcanic hell caldera in Japan is home to 17 different volcanoes and, well, may be a threat to the future of humanity. A 2012 astronaut photo shows the striking beauty of Japan's Aso caldera, as you're looking at here. This is a huge drop down after a major supervolcanic eruption occurred. And in the aftermath, many other volcanic events have occurred, creating other peaks in the region. The supervolcanic structure is home to more than a dozen volcanoes and hellish hot springs. It was formed by several major eruptions spanning more than 200,000 years. If this interests you, the links will be below. Worldwide volcano news for the 19th of August. First on the list is Liwotolo to 7,000 feet. We've got Sant'Agüito to 14,000 feet. Dempo, a new volcano on the list, puffing and passing to 15,000. Sangay to 21,000 feet. Ibu to 7,000. Liwotolo, 7,000 foot puff there. Popo to 20,000 feet. Fuego, volcanic ash advisory. Semadu, who knew? Now you do, 15,000 foot blast. Suarezima erupted today to 6,000 feet. Reventador to 14,000 feet. Ducono to 6,000. Nevada de Ruiz, no volcanic ash observed. Liwatobi to 8,000. Semadu to 15,000. Sant'Agüito to 14,000. Sangay, volcanic ash ongoing. Possible volcanic ash at Nevada de Ruiz. Ibu to 7,000 feet. Popo, volcanic ash has been observed. And we've got Fuego to 14,000. Etna, a lava flow, a new lava flow is quite spectacular. Here is Sentinel-2 satellite imagery. And Kluchevskoye on the Kamchatka, strong ash emissions continue. Although the lava stopped flowing, we do have explosive activity at the summit. Etna is continuing to go boom. Ducono to 6,000 feet. Reventador to 14,000 feet. What a list today. Liwatobi to 8,000. Kadashinikov to 10,000 foot today, continuing to erupt here, there on the Kamchatka, as well as Liwotolo to 7,000 feet. Sant'Agüito wraps up the list. And that's a boom. Space weather, we did hit G1 geomagnetic storm at 5 minus KP just about 6 hours ago. Quick look at telemetry shows what happened over the last 12 hours. Plasma speed rose from below 400 kilometers per second to above 600 kilometers per second. It's dropping down now, but the BZ is shifting south, and that means good chance for aurora tonight. Let's take a look at that forecast here. And so we do have a good chance for aurora up in northern Canada, so get out and look up, folks. It's not over yet. Continuing space weather expected for the next 24 hours up to G1, geomagnetic storm. And that's all care of this coronal hole number 72 coupling with Earth just about 12 hours ago. As far as the disk is concerned, nothing is happening, and we're headed back into solar minimum. A rare black moon is coming August 22nd to the 23rd. Well, if you're familiar with the term blue moon, which is 2 full moons in the same month, and the second one is the blue moon, this is the opposite of that. The black moon is the second new moon in a 30-day period during a month. So it's not that special. It's just the second new moon this month, and it's happening, well, in just a few days. And that's a boom to knowledge. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share this video with like-minded people or people you just want to piss off, and be safe. We love you. We're trying to get to 100,000 subs. Half the people watching this video are unsubscribed. It doesn't take but a second to hit that subscribe button. And unfortunately, if you hit the bell, you probably won't be notified. We're shadow banned, which is why we need your help to grow. So subscribe now, and we love you. And we are prepping for Crestone Energy Fair, fastly approaching. Be safe. That is a boom.